I do have Tourette's, so please excuse any swearing. Yay, fuck off! Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jim. Yes.
My name's Lou.
We are
Fields and Flocks.
welcome back from last week, where we pick up from where we left off and continue the tour of the small holding. Currently we are sitting in what we refer to as the new polytunnel. We actually put this in, when was it, Lou?
Did we do it last year? It was a bit of a long process because we had to dig out. We had the mountain to get rid of, didn't we? First,
Oh,
this
yes.
massive mountain of dirt left over from the shed.
So we've built a Brook, like it's stuff I can keep all my feed, bedding and all of that sort of thing for the chickens. We built a shed, and that involved getting, a concrete base, so that we could, to support the weight of the shed, in essence.
We were left with this absolute mound.
Mound.
Yeah, we'll have to put a picture of it up, show you, but we've got this mountain of dirt. I think my dad just slowly chipped away at it, didn't he? So we could basically create the foundation for in here.
So then once it was up, we done the beds. We done these raised ones in, I think it's, my pronunciation of everything will be butchering it, so I apologise. But I think it's horticulture, where we
Hugo culture, something like that.
We'll put the spelling on the screen now, but it's basically a method where you layer what's in the bed, so you get dead wood, straw, soil, manure, and you make layers up the beds. And then we've done some floor beds for tomatoes, which they did start off actually as just we didn't have time, because it took quite a lot to fill these beds.
It was a bit of a temporary thing, these ones, weren't they?
And so we didn't have time to
build the beds.
But so we basically left them, but they came in so handy with the tomatoes because they grew so well, and then we could get real long vines rather than in here they've got to be a bit shorter. So we actually decided we're going to keep these low on the floor.
Yeah, keep them for now. Yeah.
Currently we're growing a few different things in here. We've got some daffodils,
brassicas, more brassicas are in between. This is some of it's winter lettuce, some of it's pak choi, which I've not grown before. So I was kind of testing that out for the cooler weather to see how it comes along. But it seems quite happy at the moment. And some sage, there's a little bit of sage poking around. We had lots of chard up the back, which again the chickens love that.
Yeah,
don't
they absolutely love it.
And we
So many strawberries and runners, and we should be in for a lot of strawberries. And they've been fruiting all year. I imagine if we got some lights on them, we'd have actually probably got edible strawberries all year. And some, like this little guy, are even going to be ready fairly soon.
Yeah, the strawberries were all, we took them all from the runners last year. So when we moved, the previous owners left several in the old poly, didn't they? And we took all the runners, made new plants. And last year was the first year we put them in. So now they've had their roots in the ground and they've got a bit established. We're hoping this year we should have a real good crop, hopefully, shouldn't we? Because they were nice last year, but for how many plants we've got, hopefully this year will be even better.
Definitely.
You can never have too many strawberries.
And we got a lemon tree in here that's done really well. It's fruited quite a few, so we might get some more of them. But soon it's going to be time to clear out a lot of these older stuff from last year that we've collected for the seed heads or just left to go, and really get cracking with the New Year's seeds.
Yeah, we found, because we had so many slugs last year.
Slug war.
Yeah, the few seedlings we ended up putting in here didn't get too bothered by them, did they? So I think this year we're going to put more tables up, have a lot of seedlings in here before stuff gets hardened off and planted out. And if we do get slugs, we can do the trick of putting something in jars, putting the legs in a jar with something like oil or something in it.
Copper bands as well, we were looking at.
So any that do creep in, we can hopefully give them a good head start before they get planted out in the garden.
But if anybody's watching this right now and you have some foolproof way of dealing with the slugs,
Please,
please, yes, please leave a comment.
We'd love to know.
And then slug war.
Yeah.
While I'm asking to leave a comment, I will ask for people to hit the like as well. It does help the channel and we do really appreciate it.
We do.
Next up is the new orchard. Now I'm going to talk you through the animals and then Lou's going to talk you through the trees. So originally we got 6 of these pens. Right, you guys don't need to see me here, so I'll show shots of the thing, but I'm going to actually stand up and walk and talk. Hooray! Because my brain works better when I'm walking about. Here we have 6 pens that we originally put in so that we could, if ever we needed to, for a bird flu restriction like we're currently in, or for any other reason, we could house the animals separately. So we got about putting them in. We knew we wanted an option, so we thought 6 would be good because we may only ever have 4 filled and have 2 spare. Now, you live and learn, and we obviously haven't had experience before we moved here 3 years ago. But over the last 2 years, we have tried out all different methods, and the orchard has just got so muddy and wrecked. We've got too many birds. So I think now what we are planning on doing is kind of doing this, where we sacrifice the pens in order to save the orchard. And so come October, when the rains come, we will move all the chickens into the pens. At the moment in here, we've got the 3 geese on their own in, this is what I call pen 1. And here we have the 3 geese. Over in pen 2, we have all my cockerels and roosters. The difference between a rooster and a cockerel is a rooster is of 1 year of age or older. But here are my roosters and cockerels. And these are kept away from the main flock, which is over here. And this is my main flock where all my hens are and both my cockerels. And there's no squabbling over here because both these cockerels get along as much as cockerels can. And so it's safe to keep them all over there and these ones separately. Problem with the mud, as you can see, we are in West Wales, so it does rain a fair bit, but we didn't have any clue that it would be quite as bad as it has been. So we're still working on solutions. You can see here that we've put down some bark in with the cockerels. We've got loads more on order. And then in the final pen we got over here, we have the guinea fowl and the turkey. I absolutely love the turkeys. They're a very inquisitive animal. I've really enjoyed having them here on the farm. And we got the guinea fowls. We've made them they like to sleep raised, so we just knocked together a little shelter for them. And then we've got 2 empty pens as well at the moment. So back to the orchard then. I think I've covered everything from mine in regards to the animals. The cats, I've put some footage in now of the cats just being super cute. And then it's going to be over to Lou about the trees. Right, Lou, over to you about the trees.
So we planted, it was about 30 trees, wasn't it, in total, mixed fruit. The bottom half of the field, or towards the back of the field, is predominantly rare and heritage Welsh fruit trees. And then this top half in front of us here is kind of just, most of it was a local garden centre, wasn't it? I think we got them, and a local place that sells trees.
A local trees place and garden centre.
I can't remember the names, but they're a mixture of kind of your standard apples with a few more local ones dotted in between. But this year, my task is they've got really overgrown with grass at the bottom. So a task that we need to do soon before the weather warms up is to trim all the grass all down by the tree trunk, get bark down, and then that'll give them a really good chance to thrive this year. I've gone through and given them all a little bit of a prune to try and help encourage a nice shape over the years and give them a strong anchorage into the ground. We haven't had many apples, did we? Did you get 1, 2, maybe?
2, yeah. I got one or two off a few different trees, and I brought them in for just a sample, and they were all very nice.
They were all very nice, but generally they say, as hard as it is you need to don't let them have fruit really. So this year will be our 3rd year, so we can actually hopefully start taking some fruit from them this year.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I'll go through some of for the rare and heritage Welsh fruit trees. I'll go through some of the types that we've got. So first up, and hailed as being one of the rarest fruit trees, this is an apple tree, is the Bardsey Island apple. Second up is Brith Mawr, originates from Newport and translates to large speckle. Number 3 is Real Beauty. 4th is an apple called Tin y Gwydd. This originates from 1870s Dyfed and translates to tin of the goose. At number 5 is Pig y Glomen from Pembroke, and that translates to the pigeon's beak. Next up is the Pembrokeshire Wern. Now, we planted 2 of these. I got 2 because of where we are. However, they both died, didn't they? They both didn't survive, whether that's the type of apple or they just weren't in a very happy place. They were next to each other. But hopefully, I would like to down the line get some more wine apples. So yeah, one day I will have a wine apple tree. Following on from there, we have a Monmouthshire apple called Gwelth na Mil, and this translates to better than 1,000. And the last of the Welsh apples is Croen Mochin, and this translates to pigskin. This is from 1850s Anglesey. Now, alongside those, we have a Denby plum. We have a Snowdon Queen pear that originates from Llanberis. We have a Cariad cherry. And then finally, we have an Aber Gwyn Gerin damson tree. I hope I pronounced all those correctly.
And next up is the Brook, which happens to be my favourite spot and Dilly's favourite spot. Lou's going to take you for a nice little stroll now. Enjoy. Yay! Really cool little fact is the spring that feeds this stream is the water that used to be funneled to all the local villages for people to drink. It starts on our neighbour's field, but then comes through the field here, down this beautiful waterfall, and off down to meet the River Tavy.
So last year we got bees. We're hoping to eventually expand to 5 hives in total. We did get a little bit of honey last year, which was really, really delicious. But we're hoping in time that we can have enough hives to sustain ourselves honey-wise and leave enough, obviously, over the winter for the bees. We've just got the one at the minute. I know there's 2 hives here at the minute, but that one is empty. So hopefully this year, if they do well, they'll continue to grow, and yeah, slowly by swarms, we can hopefully collect our own hives and expand even further.
So down here is where we kept the turkeys that were for Christmas, and the meat birds. They were in a pen here, but this is actually going to be the first sheep pen, followed by the second and the third. And what we will do is 1 year we'll have the sheep on it, the next year we'll have the chickens and the turkeys, and the third year it will be fallow to recuperate and recover. So we're not getting many sheep, 1 or 2, so probably 2, and so we won't need a huge deal of space for them. The other thing that we've had a problem here and in there is the moles and the rats. We've got a serious problem with the rats, so we're still trying to work out what to do with that. We know we need new feeders. We know we need to build some anti-burrow into the pens, just basically putting down some grey metal or something like that to stop the rats from being able to get in. But they're the two main problems we got down here: the mud, the rats. And the final section of the video, guys, is the wildflower meadow. Now I'm going to do a video in the summer, in May, when this is in its height, really giving a tour of the wildflower meadow, because it deserves its own time. It has incredible orchids. It's amazing. This bottom bit here, what we are planning on doing is getting some sheeps and some pigs. So the first, some sheep and the pigs. Our first year, we didn't want to add too many animals at once. So the first year we added some extra poultry. We added ducks, we added geese, we added turkeys. We already knew how to deal with chickens, and we added guinea fowl. We decided ducks weren't for us, and so we downsized the ducks and we rehomed them. The second year we added bees, and this third year is the year of the mammals. And this third year is the year of the mammals. So we're getting pigs and sheep, hopefully within the next few months. So stick around, tune in next week, and we'll can show you more about what we are up to currently as we continue to go forward.
So we're continuing off today from part 2. No, let me start that again. Not from
No,
part
I've done
two,
that
from,
bit.
Oh, we're not doing that bit.
I think
I'm
I've
just
done
saying
that.
we're in the... Okay, right. 3.
Could you do some editing? Go! First of all, we'll just say about...
It was sometime last year.
Yeah, we're going to cut all that. Oh god, this is going to be a long afternoon. Next up is the new orchard. Fuck off.